And we're here. Gotta see if I can lower that light a little bit more. It is ridiculously hot today. I hate it. But we are going to work regardless. Just in case, I made sure I had a lot of iced tea. I made a fresh batch of raspberry mojito, which is actually a David's tea flavor and there's no actual alcohol involved. It does not change the fact that it is tasty as hell. Hope you guys can hear the music pretty well. I never know. I don't tend to watch my streams after I'm done because I know they're long. Oh, hi, Paul. Paul is saying good afternoon. I did not expect him to show up so fast. Not a complaint, mind you. It's nice to have somebody to talk to when you start these. So we're going to start with what we usually start on those first Saturday of the month live stream. We're going to list off the colors I'm going to use today before going to the prompts. Now, no promises, but I'm going to try to do 5 prompts today because at least one of them is very, very, very easy, so I figured I could sneak another one after this one. So we're going to try for 5 prompts. So, this month's color, which I received, I didn't even receive them, I had to go look on the website this morning. Oh man. Like, just in time, I pulled out my colors, I did my logo, and off we went. By the skin of our teeth. The hex colors are 5997130, 79BDBF, and EBECAP, which, according to my eyes and the colors I had underhand, because of course one of them was dry, the first color, the 599, etc., is going to be in Copic BG05 Holiday Blue. Then BG23 Coral Sea, which I'm pretty sure I have yet to use, really. And YG29 Anise. The equivalent in Chameleon Pen, if I use them, is going to be BG1 Lagoon, BG3 Turquoise, and finally GR1 Green Apple. So to my friend Chris, who asked if asking for prompts for the color challenge was meaning to ask for a color, and he said, if so, I would like to request green. That's not how it works, but you're getting your fill of greens. So facto. Let's grab one of my little blues and get started. Just going to sharpen it just a little bit more. I really like it to be at max shiv. There we go. Nice and pointy. For those wondering, this is the... Oh, right, it's that brand. KUM brand. Double sharpener. This side is to shave back the wood, and this side is to make the lead really sharp. I swear by that specific sharpener. I love it absolutely. It's the best, at least for what I do. And I know there's some people that like to grab a knife and just carve it out to have as much lead as possible. I can't stand that, okay? I mean, you do you if that's what works better for you, but I do not like it. It is not character assassination, I just don't like the way it feels, I don't like the way it sounds. It is terrible for me, personally. I need that sharpener. It's the Art Snacks exclusive, so they may still have some left in stock. If not, there's, it still exists. Hey Nunu, what sharpener? Oh, the COTM brand that I'm not going to say out loud in one swift word. is the shiv maker that I like so much. I have yet to use any of the spare blades, and I've had this sharpener for years, so imagine. So let's go for the first prompt. And hello Coco would be polite to actually say hi instead of just answering questions and ignoring that one of my best friends just logged on. They need to rebrand it as shiv maker. They sure do, because you get a beautiful point with that sharpener. Now the pencil I'm going to use, because apparently this is interesting now. First I'm going to take this off because that doesn't come with it. 5mm Art Snacks exclusive Alvin Draftmatic. Now the problem is, I do believe Alvin Drafting Company is now closed, but really any mechanical pencil will do. I just really like this one. Shiv Maker 3000. But one thing that I really like about this one is that if you decide to change the lead inside, you can actually turn this indicator to tell you what lead is currently inside the pencil. Now, I don't know if Art Snacks have any of those left, because it's been a couple years actually. And the red part that I put on it to draw more comfortably did not come with the pencil. It came with a TMNT. There it is. It came with a TMNT Bic pencil. Something, something, adapt, overcome. And that's my preferred traditional quote-unquote starter kit when it comes to drawing and sketching. I believe the type of, the brand of lead that I have in here right now is Pilot. Could be Pilot or Pentel. Either or. I know it's not a no-name brand. And obviously it's not the leads that the pencil came in with. Those are long used. Yay! Just gonna give in some blushies, because blushies are always cute. I need that TMNT pencil too. That's also a couple years old, but assuming they still sell them, that would be like at Walmart or something. You don't always need the super expensive materials, especially when you start. When you start, you can get away with using Crayola and stuff like that. But like, what makes a drawing pretty is not necessarily the material you use, but the practice you put in them, if that makes sense. Because if you're a beginner and you start right away with the expensive stuff thinking I'm going to be good right away, that's not how it works. That is not how it works. But if you're willing to put the work in it, then hell yeah, you're gonna get some good results. But that's going to be you. Not the pens, not the pencils, not the paint, etc. Like, one of my favorite erasers is literally a Wish brand, no-name vinyl, semi-transparent vinyl eraser. Baymax the Medical Marshmallow. Exactly! Now I'm gonna run a little bit of kneaded eraser on that. I like to roll my kneaded eraser like that. It picks up the extra pencil that I don't need, since I'm going to be erasing this anyway. I don't even remember. Like, it could be a Brunzil kneaded eraser. I've been using this for decades. It has yet to dry up on me. I don't know what I'm doing. Wrong or right, I'm doing something. Because if you rub it, then it acts like an actual eraser and will erase the line. That's why I roll it, just to pick up the extra pencil, but I still need some of it so I can ink and see what I'm doing. Get back here. Gonna use Lagoon to ink him. And the cap is not clipping on the end. Of course I'm going to be burping. Of course. That's a freaking given at this point. I like to keep a light down here. I was trying to keep it up there so it would be nice and evenly lighted for you guys, but I like to keep a light down here so the light goes here, the shadows goes up, and they don't cover what I'm drawing. When drawing traditionally, and even digitally because you have the ability, never be afraid to turn your drawing whenever you can. It'll help you better re-visualize what you're working on. And it'll help your wrist, because you tend to use your wrist a lot when working at the scale I'm working at. So whatever you can do to not hurt your wrist, do it. Shiro, you're being strangely helpful today. I'm in a good mood. Take advantage of it. Well, that's done. Just gonna stick him up and switch to the next prompt. That's not a prompt. That's a prompt. I gotta delete that other picture. Now, before anyone giggles and stuff like that, the other picture is of one of my two front door's neighbors' backyard. It was to show Mom why Lily was barking, because Lily is incredibly judgmental, and if you do anything in your own goddamn backyard, she's going to bark at you. What was so bad that the neighbor did to offend Lily? He built a playground for his kid. Oh no, the horror. How dare he? Oh, somebody jumped, I think. Yeah. Fart. I managed to hear the sound of the fart over the music while I was right next to the my speaker. That's good. That's good. I've been learning a lot this week. I don't know if I'm allowed to show what I'm working on, but it's really just a practice item. But I've been having a lot of fun, and I hope I can apply what I learned to a free program. That's all I'll say about that. I'm still waiting on the extra stuff. I would think that the extra hands that I ordered for the Risa would have showed up by now. I guess not. That's all I need, really, because that fluffy neighbor and the yard alarm, yeah. That 12-pound alarm. How dare he do stuff in his own house? How dare he cut his own grass? I had the chance to play a little bit more Dragon Quest 11 this morning. Found a bad axe. immediately reforged it into a climax. It's an actual weapon, don't laugh. Oh, while I'm here, when dealing with hair, you want to go by section first. Make the big shapes, and then you can cut it out to smaller shapes as you need. Very tiny hand. This character is 6 years old if I'm not mistaken, so teeny tiny, itty bitty hands. I'm pulling up her shoulders because she's kind of shrugging in happiness. Anya is too dang cute for words and psychic. She is. If I'm not mistaken, this was your request, wasn't it, Coco? Drawing stars is just easier to do the pentagram. And then during the quote-unquote inking period, that's when you can get away with not drawing the inside lines. Of course, it bears repeating, once I'm done with these cards, I always put them in my Ko-fi shop. That's it's first come, first served. So you gotta be fast. Oh, this is cute. It's on Christmas, isn't it? I remember. Kind of sounds a little bit Deltarune-ish. There we go. Don't know how well the liner is going to be after this there. In the meantime, I'm gonna grab a sip real quick. The music is really good today. I'm installing Blender right now, going to start watching some tutorials. You're a stronger man than I. There's some stuff I can watch a tutorial and learn from it, but there's a lot of stuff, or there's a lot of tutorials that I find that it takes forever to get started, and well, we had that talk yesterday. I don't need to repeat it on stream. Shiro, why bother with the penciling when you're going to erase it and ink it anyway? So I can correct some stuff I did during the sketching and focus on the most important lines. You know what's funny? This is basically a draft, and I was not able to do drafts when writing. Like, I didn't see the point when I was writing because I was kind of, still am, a perfectionist when it comes to my writing, so I would not do mistakes. Of course, the teachers was like, you must have done some mistake, review it. And I'm like, I'm reviewing it and I don't see any. Well, write another draft. No. No, I already wrote a draft. Why should I write another one? And honestly, it's kind of the same thing with my art, because with art, they suggest that you do some thumbs to plan out your drawing. Some thumbnails. I never do that. I just draw directly what comes to mind. You guys have seen me try to draw something, erase it, and then draw it over. And that's basically the way I do thumbnails. And as you guys know, it's very rare. Do I consider myself a better artist because I don't do the thumbnails? No. I just don't, and that's it. There's no secret extra I'm better than you reason. I just can't do thumbnails. Do I recommend not doing thumbnails? That depends. If you're doing exercises, then don't do thumbnails. Don't plan when it's an exercise. It's a frickin' exercise. If you're the type that can work with thumbnails, then do thumbnails when you need them. Don't wait on me to give you an opinion. You do what works best for you. Shira, what about references? A lot of people say don't use references. And to those people, fuck you. Especially when it's characters you're not used to. And if what I just shown doesn't prove, because this is my first time drawing this character, and if this doesn't prove that I don't trace, because when I do trace, oh my god, do I let you guys know. I remember that one time I drew a girl in a cat suit, and because it was a Kamen Rider inspired piece, I drew her with a helmet. A bug-like helmet and some dragonfly wings on her back. And some asswipe who had no business being there decided to tell me that my drawing sucked because her face was hidden but she had a nice ass. Therefore, 0 out of 10. Because of the helmet. And I was like, I didn't draw her for you to masturbate to. And for some reason he took offense. And then got mad and accused me of tracing the motorcycle she was sitting on. Now, that art is still there, and if you go on the art and you read the description that I wrote, it says, like, black on white, or whatever the color of divine art you decide to use, I totally traced that motorcycle. Because I did. And I was like, at the time, there is still no way in hell I can freehand a motorcycle. No way in hell. It was like, I bet you didn't even draw that motorcycle. It looks traced. And I was like, damn. You're so observant. Except you're not. Because it is totally traced. It says so right here. But like, here's another tip. If you can't fap to something, shut the fuck up. Oh, there's a lot going on. This chicken chill is even better as leftover. Oh, chili, sorry. The chat window is very far from where I'm sitting. This chicken chili is even better as leftovers, probably because the flavors have been mingling overnight. I'm having my lunch, obviously, just thought you ought to know. Oh my god, I had such a big supper yesterday. Sippy sippy? Oh, I love this shit. So I had found some chicken breasts that I had thawed out, and I thought I was going to do some more chicken pesto mix. But usually what happens with that chicken pesto mix is I eat it as a sandwich. Except we didn't have any fancy crusty bread in the house, and I did not feel like going out. Plus, on top of that, I had a class yesterday, and you know, when you have ADHD and stuff like that, if you have something planned, you can't do anything else until that thing is over. Ipso facto, I didn't go out. But then I remembered that we have tortillas in industrial quantities. My dudes, I ate so much. I went to bed immediately after. And that was like 6 o'clock in the afternoon. So yeah, if you're making yourself a fancy sandwich and you got no bread and you got tortillas, do it in tortillas. Es delicio. Would it be delicio or delicioso? Or is it delivery? I'm not sure. Hey Shiro, do you watch Spy Family? No. I don't watch shows. I know I should. But I know I'm going to zone out 3 minutes in. Oh, so you find everything boring. That's not what I said. I said I would zone out. That is completely different. It's like when I'm taking that class on that thing that I'm learning. And the teacher knows what I'm doing and they're okay with it. Because they can't see my face, because they have to see my screen, see if I'm doing it right. And I use tortillas since they are less carbs and delicious. Delicioso, I think. Yeah, I think you're right. And like, I will listen to the teacher, but at the same time I'll be fiddling on my phone, I'll be doodling to help me focus. So that I do not zone out. I desperately do not want to zone out, but sometimes I zone out against my will, and I know when that happens because my eyes will go out of focus and everything will be blurry. And I just have to sit there and wait it out. No amount of rubbing my eyes or blinking or yawning to try to get myself back in is going to work. I have to wait until my eyes come back into focus. I watched Spy Family and requested Anya. Well, I don't blame you. She's adorable. It's fine that Shiro doesn't watch shows, she draws. Yeah, and that's actually a segue to something I was about to talk about, because it reminded me of that one time back in camp. No. There was one time at the Timmins Comic Con, I've had a customer ask me if I've heard about this or that, and I was like, no, but I can Google it. And then she said that she she still commissioned me, thank God, but she said that she didn't like to challenge artists. And I was like, excuse me? Have you met artists? If you've met an artist that does not like to be challenged, then you've met a poser. That's what you've met. I'll be good. But like, where did you get this idea that if I haven't heard of something, like in this day and age, in the 2010/2020s, that I can't draw something I've never heard of. I can look it up. I know how to draw. If I can't look it up, I can really likely draw it, you know? I do not get it. I mean, being challenged is the whole point of me doing this challenge. I don't pick the colors. I don't pick the subjects. I have no idea what's going to happen on Saturdays when I post this challenge up for the prompts. But I do it anyway. It's my own way to thank my followers and stuff like that. For following me and participating. Would be nice if they would all watch the stream. Look, it's my stream. I can be as petty as I want. I don't care. This isn't the era of dial-up internet with poor image search results. Half of them prawn anymore. It takes 3 hours to download boobies, and turns out it's a Bill Gates' face or something like that. Clinton, that's the word I was looking for. Because at the same time, I was thinking of back in the days of LimeWire, you're trying to get a song, it's Bill Clinton singing something instead, and Now she's gonna look really weird for a while, but I'm going to add the shines with some white Posca marker. I tried to keep my my whites, blacks, and blenders up there as much as possible. Because I use them a lot. Like, there's a reason I bought 6 Prismacolor blenders, okay? Only that 5 minutes. I'm going to do a little something. Boink, boink, and am I still in the camera? Ooh, I almost slipped out. That's an awesome card. Thank you. I can feel your wallet loosening as we speak. J'avais ta pression, ça? My god, she has tiny hands. I know she's 6, but even for 6. This is what they mean by stylizing. You have to exaggerate details in an aesthetic way, but at the same time you have to discard what you don't need. So you're gonna hate yourself later. That's a phrase I use often. You're going to hate yourself later. You're going to hate yourself now. You're going to hate yourself in 5 minutes. Art is a very emotional medium. Let's be honest. We're almost done with the line art. Of course I had to draw with a peanut because she likes peanuts. Now we're going to hang her up leave her dry, and finish Baymax, which shouldn't take too long. Good thing chameleon liners dry so fast. Now, of course, I could use my electric eraser by changing the eraser, because what I can do with this thing is I can pull this out, grab my metal adapter and put a bigger eraser in. But I'm not gonna. If I want to erase something big, I just grab a normal eraser. I like to keep this one with the smaller eraser size, because then I can go in and erase very small areas. Because I don't have an eraser shield. I don't know how to use an eraser shield. Like, I have a lettering guide, and I don't remember how to use it. I don't letter manually. I never do, because I have horrible handwriting. Then why did you get it? It was a gift. Here's what I wanted to do with this one. Yeah, I could just use this end. There we go. When using chameleon liners, assuming you can still get them, because for some reason can't find much anywhere, and the ones I do find, it's only the whole kit. You can't get them at the unit anymore. Is that they will blend with each other because they are made for that, but once dry, they're safe to use with alcohol markers. Speaking of markers, Shiro, you told us that you bought some Ohuhu markers. We saw the preview and stuff like that, and we saw the tests, and why aren't you using them more often? They're grays. They're all grays. I like color. What do you want from me? I bought them grays on purpose because I needed grays. Most of my gray Copics are pretty dry. And I appreciated that the Ohuhu ones had like gray blues, gray yellows, gray reds. So for the rare times I'm going to work with grays, then I'm going to get those. There we go. Oh dear. Can I wipe that? Kinda? I have an art rag. It's disgusting. But, let's see if I can clean this little spot real quick. Yeah, that's what you want to use a blender for when it comes to alcohol markers. Because what it does is it will lift the color. The Zodiac Killer has better handwriting than you. Wow, you were allowed to say killer. I'm surprised. Good job, YouTube. And I believe that's it for Baymax. Because you gotta admit, it's kind of trolly to ask for completely white or completely black characters when doing a color challenge. Well, a challenge is a challenge. Okay, back to you, sweetheart. Let's see what I can do with you. Right after I clean off the pencils. I'm glad I got a big tumbler of iced tea, because I don't know for you guys, I am extremely uncomfortable. I got my tiniest PJ on. I did my best to match the colors. I had a blue that would have matched better with the colors that were given to me, but of course it's dry. I do my best with what I have, and sometimes what I have is not enough. Just realized I'm missing a line. By the time I get there, it should be dry. There we go. It's good to be able to color by section. Like that you can minimize the streaking when working with alcohol markers. Like you want to put at least 2 coats to try and even out the base. What the? Hey! That's none of their business. Toss a gill to your scissors so I can get myself a dedicated camera instead of using my phone. Or at least some kind of USB extension cord, because I tried using my webcam for this and the wire doesn't reach. When filling in clothes, sometimes you can use the wrinkles to your advantage and color in sections. And you don't have to work as fast to even out the color, because the wrinkle acts as a line. Per section. And of course, when you're ready to add shadows, then you can just use the same color and overlay. And you got a matching shadow. which is a technique you can do on pretty much every art supply. As long as you know not to put too much of certain art supplies, or else it will lift the color instead of blending it or darkening it for shadows. And then we layer, so we get another color. I'm allowed to mix color, I just don't do it often, or else, because usually the colors they pick kind of end up muddy when you mix them together, most of them, so I gotta be careful. Of course, her hair doesn't render shine in the reference, but I do what I want. I like shine, therefore I add shine. I love the brush nibs. If I had known I was going to love the brush nibs so much, my first Copic set would be a sketch set, not a original set. Okay, why is it sticky? Get back in the camera, you. She looks so happy. Well, yeah, she might have a peanut. Of course she's gonna look happy. Promise me brand new art supplies and industrial quantities, and I'm going to be happy too. I should probably... There we go. Oh, la différence que ça fait. Alright, time for the shaky shaky. We're going to have some shines after the shaky shaky, the really loud shaky shaky, and then we're going to switch to the third prompt. Very important to shaky shaky your Poscas more than you think they need. Just like yourself, you don't want your Poscas to go dry or to have the paint badly mixed so it comes out more liquidy than you expected. And another one here because I said so. And we're done with Anya. And next prompt. What is it? Oh, it's you. Oh, will I be able to see you? I think I know what I'm going to do for this one to make my life easier. It's going to look really weird at first. But I have the power of Posca on my side. I didn't know you had horizontal cards too. Yeah, I do! I just don't use them often, but I got them when I need them. Because I remember having to draw a couple horizontal cards, and I had my signature on the side here, and I did not like that. So, last year I went ahead and ordered myself an horizontal version of my personal sketch cards. so that it looks better when displayed. Not gonna lie, not a fan of drawing Stranger Things stuff. But I think it's just because I have Stranger Things fatigue. Because at every prompt somebody asks me for some Stranger Things stuff and I'm like, okay. In Stranger Things, a good show, I didn't make it through the first episode. I don't know. Apparently it's good. Like, even stuff that I want to watch, like the Evil Dead TV series, I watched one episode and I just couldn't bother to watch the rest. It was something I want to watch because I am a Bruce Campbell fan, but it couldn't keep my attention. I'm still on the first battery on that thing, and I've had it for years now. I don't know what that says more about the eraser or the battery. Usually what happens with these things is that they're full of teeth, but I'm going to quote-unquote cheat and do the teeth at the end by using my Posca pen. I'm not even going to excuse myself anymore every time I burp, because I really need to burp. When I say yesterday's supper was big, it was big. Like, I didn't feel bad, but I was very full. I don't usually eat a lot per meal, but it was so tasty I couldn't help myself and ate 2 entire chicken breasts just to myself in one sitting. Oh my god, what was I thinking? Oh yeah, that it was absolutely gorgeously delicious. Gorgingly delicious, I should say, even. About as good as this iced tea that I'm drinking. Yeah, okay, that's what I'm gonna do. Decisions on the fly. I think I gave them a bit too many. Yeah, there's too many articulations here. Well, it's a monster. Who cares? It's terrifying. Boo. Blah, blah. Let's try that again in English, shall we? I haven't watched much of Stranger Things. Kind of hard to watch TV with my neighbors being jerks. Yeah. You sneaky son of a... No. 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 Then use a brighter color for the inside of the mouth, plural. Right now it kind of looks like a flowery Kermit. There is a method behind the madness. Of course, trying to fill in with the chameleon liners is very patchy, but that's actually the look I'm going for with this. because it's supposed to be a really wrinkly, dry monster from what I'm seeing. Except, of course, for the mouth. It sounds like a war zone right now outside. 4th of July week is the worst. Ugh. I haven't actually heard any fireworks for Canada Day over here. Then again, as with every single Canada Day, it was raining. At the same time, I think people have been less inclined to use fireworks here ever since our house almost burnt down. The neighbor had set off a kind of lantern-like firework, I think it was, and it landed right next to our house, and another neighbor went to our house to put it out because they saw that it was still smoking. So, thank you to that neighbor. That was nice. From the looks of things, I think I'm not going to have time for all 5 prompts on the feed, on the stream, but I believe I will still draw it off stream, and that'll be a nice little surprise for you guys later. And I thought I would have time because Baymax was easy, but I put a lot of work in Anya, so that's probably what happened. Just gonna reshiv my shiv. Nice. It's not loose, is it? No, we're good. Super. Did I just feel... Hang on, I got a little scratch. Okay, got rid of it. He's gonna be so mad. Because here's the thing, okay? This prompt is Aragorn from Lord of the Rings. The thing is, the prompter did not specify which Aragorn. And usually when there's multiple versions of the same character, I'm usually the one picking which version I decide to draw. Some of you guys may see me coming with this. I'm not saying anything about it, but if you guys start recognizing where this Aragorn is from, go right ahead and say so in the comments. And if you don't know, watch more movies. I'm gonna move that a bit more over here. That's another thing when drawing hair, whenever possible, or unless your character has like really thin hair or hair tied really against the skull, make the hair pop off of the skull. Hair has volume most of the time. Oh, I am liking this face. And I'm probably going to be the only one liking this face, but I am liking this face. Here's the thing though, I did not see the entire movie, but I clearly remember seeing a little bit of it when I was a kid, and I do believe it was at my Uncle Elvis's house. Now that I think about it, nope, it was at my Nana's house, yes. That's the animated version for 70s, isn't it? Yes! I don't know for you guys, but I'm getting a little sick of all the new media casting incredibly handsome people. Or drawing, even worse, drawing incredibly handsome people. Let's have some normal people once in a while for a change. Long story short, I did not feel like drawing a realistic looking Aragorn. And then I remembered I'm the boss. And that he didn't specify which Aragorn he wanted, so... If you guys want something specific, I have a price list. My favorite Ralph Bakshi animation, and I love Spider-Man. Yeah, Ralph Bakshi is his something. Like, usually when it comes to his animations, I recognize them by saying if it's Bakshi crazy, yeah. Sometimes he's okay, other times, yeah. Like, he has some good stuff going for him, and he has some really bad stuff going for him. Like the fact that he who shall not be named admires him. But at the same time, he also really pissed off Robert Crumb. So that's one thing he's got going for him. I'm gonna fix his nose. His nose is bothering me a little bit on one side. That's not better. I'll get it. J'ai un problème de narine. Almost. Got it. Okay. And now, after working so hard on drawing that nostril, I'm going to erase it. Why do you take off your smudge guard when you erase, Cheryl? Because I don't want the needed eraser to go into the fibers. Sometimes the answer is really simple. Aragorn with his beautiful He-Man haircut. He has the power and all that. I wasn't even sure if I was still in the camera angle while I was doing that. That's another thing when doing these. I can't always be looking at my art. I have to look up constantly, see if there's chat, if I'm still in the camera. I'm making him smile because he knows I'm trolling. He knows. Well, I'm gonna let him dry and grab back the Kermit flower. And we'll be done for today online, because I'm going to try to do the 5th prompt offline. I don't want to try and do another marathon again, even if it's just one more card. Whoops. Anya fell. Sorry. Because simply put, I have other things to do. I'm gonna have another sip. And one of those first things I'm going to do is piss like a racehorse after this is done. This shit is so good though. Now, of course, in this case, it's important that I color the inside of the flower first and foremost, or else the teeth are not going to show up. Because that's the thing when you're streaming, you can't exactly take breaks. And I need them because I don't want to mess up my back. I have to take better care of myself in general, so I can draw for a really long time. Please and thank you. Get in there. Now am I going to use the anise or am I going to use the dark blue? And there we go. Now you can see when I'm using circles to fill it in to try and minimize the streaking. Maybe I should have used some washi tape to mask. Oh well. There we go. Now we're gonna add a little bit of shading before we put the teeth in. Nice. There's something sticky on my desk and I don't know what it is. Is it old glue? Is it varnish? Why is it sticky? All right. Now, just to be safe, we're gonna sicky a little bit more. Je suis capable de parler en anglais, j'abandonne. I don't know how far these teeth go. My reference is not super clear. So I'm just going to put as many as I freaking want. I'm gonna go like this to try and avoid as much scratching as possible. But Chirodemogorgons aren't supposed to have so many teeth. My reference does, and at the end of the day I do what I want. And this is literally a beautifully turquoise flower monster thingy, so... Je fais ce que je veux. I cannot stress enough how much je fais ce que je veux. You want something show accurate? Please contact Joey Pengilinen? I hope I'm pronouncing this right, at popcomics.org. That's my agent. And you can commission me from there. Look, I can barely English. Don't ask me to other languages. Pretty sure I'm not gonna be able to do my Duolingo this evening. That's how I am. There you go. Told you I'd be able to do the teeth differently. Now it actually looks what it's supposed to look like. There we go. One last one before we finish for today. I still gotta do the June sticker for the Patreon. If Patreon wasn't such a friggin' piece of shit about the distribution of the stickers, I wouldn't have to deal with shipping them and stuff like that, but holy jeez. It's so bad. Apparently you're supposed to be able to offer stickers starting at the $5 tier, but when I tried that, it worked for like 2 stickers, and then it insisted on being able $10 tier and up, so I put it on $10 tier and up. And then it did it again. It wouldn't let me put any stickers unless I put it on 15, and I was like, look, if you're going to pull that with me, I'm just going to do it manually, which gives me even more work. And don't get me started on what's going on with the shipping. Oh my friggin' lord, I am so mad. All the cards look great. Thanks for today's show. Awesome way to spend a day off. Well, I'm happy you enjoyed the show. Here, when doing the hair, it doesn't matter as much if it's streaks, as long as it's streaks along the shape of the hair. Because then you actually have like hair-like effect. I usually use it to my advantage to do hair shines. I'm not gonna do hair shines here. I am adding dimension, yes, but not hair shine. Because this is not a pretty anime girl. We're not going there. Oh, while that dries a little bit, we're gonna go back to work on his hair a little bit. His beautiful Smurfy hair. I'm allowed to use black and white when doing those challenges, but then what would be the point? I use a little bit of white when needed, and when I really have no choice, then I use some black. Otherwise, I prefer to use the colors at hand. Not happy with that. This year, Marker Universe, who do these monthly challenge, and that's where I get my colors, decided that if you want to use normal skin colors while working on the challenges, you can. And I absolutely refuse to do that. Because then would I be really challenged if I change the color of stuff that normally changes color? I think it's an R. I think it's a good question. Of course, as usual, I am not saying that people that decide to do this are not doing the challenge right. I am not gatekeeping here. What I am saying is that that option is not for me. I choose not to use that option. I have to specify because people can get mad over absolutely nothing. Always important to add a little bit of shading, whenever possible. Ah, there we go. And we're done for today. We're just gonna do the usual little roundup of looking at all the cards at the same time. Is Baymax gonna fit? Barely. So here we go. All the colors of the month challenge cards for July. Baymax, Anya, a Demogorgon, and Aragorn from Lord of the Rings. Except I got to pick which one. And of course they're all going to be on my Ko-fi shop after I'm done preparing all this. And there's going to be a 5th bonus one also. So it's going to take a little while before they drop in the shop, so keep an eye on them. Of course I will announce as soon as they're dropped. And as with every end of stream, we are going to give extra special caramel drizzled rainbow colored thanks to our supporters Amber Beach, FD, Paul K, Miss Innovis, David F, and Marianne J. Your continued support is immensely appreciated. It's what keeps me going, honestly, monetarily and mentally. Of course, don't forget that there is the regular live stream tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern Time, of course. Be there or be square, where I draw bootleg cookie as I do every Sunday. Hope you guys had fun watching me draw this. I know I had a lot of fun drawing it, and I'll see you guys tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern. I love you all, and bye-bye.